what Andy found. This is the podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want tips, tools, and tactics about how to grow their business. So today I've got some really cool stuff we're going to go through. But before we do that, what I want you to do is go ahead and tickle that subscribe button here just below the screen. It'll help us with the algorithm and it'll get you notifications when I drop new content. So go ahead and do that. All right, let's jump into this. So what I have here is a very simple example of using the 5 things that you need to grow your business. And I'm going to do this as an example of a website for a book, for a self-published author. And, you know, she's not a famous author. People have never heard of her before. So we've created this to create interest in the book. And this is a landing page. And if you're not familiar with that term, really what a landing page is, as opposed to a full-blown website, the landing page has one specific purpose. Typically, you have one clear call to action. You want them to do one thing. Typically, it doesn't have any navigation across the top. This is what's called a one-page website. So these links up here at the top will just link to different sections on the website. So we have about the book. We have a photo gallery just to kind of create some mental images about what this book could be about, and then about the author at the bottom. So this is a one-page landing page, and it really has kind of 2 different objectives here. The first one is, obviously, if they're interested enough from watching the trailer, we created a book trailer here to create some excitement, is to just go buy it, straight up buy it, which is the ultimate goal for this website, right? But from there, if somebody's kind of like, well, I don't know if I want to spend $15 on a book. I've never heard of this author. I have no idea. What we're doing then, and this is what's called a lead magnet or a call to action, is we want to give them one chapter. So that's sort of like, you know, a free trial, if you will, for a book. And this can apply to anything. You could have a free trial of software. You could have a free analysis of something. You could, consultation appointment. It just kind of depends on what your business is. It's really unlimited what you can do with a lead magnet or calls to action. You just have to get creative and really offer something that your audience that's visiting this landing page wants. What's of value to them? So that's important. In this case, it's really simple. It's just, we'll send you the first chapter and you can read it. And if you like it, well, then, you might buy the book. So that's where, everything else in this system comes into play. So we've got the call to action. They fill in their name and email address. They submit it. So then what happens then is it goes into the CRM system, and let's jump over here to contacts, and we can see that all of our contacts are in here. So people that have filled out the form to get the free chapter, they're all listed here. And so we have them all in one nice organized place. I can't tell you how many times I've heard of companies with their lead gen. They just have a form that's hooked up and sends them an email. So you've got all these emails in your inbox, but then you have no way to use them. So, CRMs can do so many things, but fundamentally, that alone, just keeping it in one place so it's organized, so you can see who's who, what they've done. And then the next step is then to be able to stay in touch with them. So they filled out the form on the website. We sent them a free chapter. So maybe we follow up and we create an automated sequence, right? So we have an automation section here in the CRM that we can create what are called workflows, which are just basically a sequence of different things that happen. So when someone fills out that form, it triggers an email to go out. In this case, it's saying, hey, here's your free chapter. Here's how to download it. And then we can also track that through the process. So we get statistics on, how many times this is, they opened it, how many times did they click on this link. So we know exactly what's going on in terms of just the data, which is pretty cool. But we could then add another step in here if we wanted. There's a myriad of different steps that you can add. So let's say that we got their phone number and we want to add a text message. So we could add a text message here. I'm not going to put anything in. I'm just going to put in that. We'll save it. So we've got our SMS. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them wait for a period of time. So we're going to click on this. We're going to go up here and there's a wait action that we can add. And so we can say, hey, we want to wait for, there's a lot of different things I'm not going to go into, but say we want to wait for 14 days. So then it's going to send them that email. It's going to wait for 14 days, and then it will send them a text message that could ask them, hey, did you get a chance to read the first chapter? And if you did, what did you think? So what's cool about that is then the person can respond. You can get feedback on what people actually think. That you could use that then to change maybe some of your messaging, some of your marketing around based on people's feedback. So it can be a really powerful tool, and you could create this, and there can be multiple touch points. It could be, calls, direct to voicemail messages. It all just depends on your business. But you can see it's just a sequence that will send these things out over time. And this is a really super simple example. And we can get into really, sophisticated things like, if then else logic. So if one thing happens, it will, go down this branch. And so really, really cool stuff. But I think it's always easy to start, simple, learn some things, but just doing this kind of really simple flow in and of itself will be really, really valuable. So that's the making it automated part. Okay, so now from there, we're not going to save that. So let's go back over here. And then the other thing that's kind of cool about this too is, just building out different funnels or even websites. So what's cool about this is, and again, it depends on the business, but a lot of these things are already pre-built. So you can see there's a bunch of different categories of things depending on what your business is. But we could just pop these in and then modify it for our particular business. And so it makes it really fast. You create things like landing pages for different marketing campaigns, that kind of stuff. And so I'm not going to go into how you build it. It's really simple. It's a drag and drop website builder, so you don't need to be a coder to do it. So that's the next thing, is making it easy. You got to be able to deploy these funnel pages quickly, right? Get them out there, start testing things, getting some traffic through it, just getting out there and testing stuff. The last thing is, once someone's become a customer, we need to get a review from them so that we can build trust in a couple different ways. We can build trust with people out there that are looking for what you offer. So they see your Google review or your Yelp review and they go, oh, wow, this person's got, 5-star reviews. I'm going to go with them. Plus it also is going to build trust with search engines. So it's going to help your search engine rankings the more reviews you have, because, well, in Google's example, they want to put people at the top that they know are doing a good job in serving their customers well when they do a search. So that's the last thing, but that's also tied in, and a lot of businesses struggle with this because they don't know how to do it, how to methodically do it, is to build and make that automated as well. Okay, so now you know the 5 things you need to be doing right now to help your business grow online. It's staying organized, it's staying in touch, it's being automated, it's having an irresistible call to action on that landing page, and it's building trust after someone becomes a customer. So I hope that helps. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next video.
I know a thing or two about speed. In fact, I've made a career out of it. Speed is essential in business. If you're not moving quickly enough, you'll lose out on opportunities. So if you feel the need for leads, I can help you get 60 times more qualified prospects in no time at all. With our software, you'll be able to move full throttle to get the leads you need.